Don't even think the word can't. We all know words are powerful. You can speak anything on your mind into existence, good or bad. Everything you say is like making a wish. So you gotta be extra careful what you wish for. Because you know, like the saying goes, you just might get it. To be alive is to have problems. Successful people don't have immunity to problems. They just look at problems differently than unsuccessful people. One thing they never do is say they can't do something before they try. When you're faced with a situation at hand where you need to take action, the easiest thing to do is just give up. Saying the words, "I can't," is the same thing as giving up. You might as well throw in the towel. Guess what? It ain't over until the fat lady starts singing. It ain't over until you give up. So don't give up before you at least give it a shot. Now, when you have a problem, not if, because you know you will. It's just a matter of when and what the problem is. But when you have a problem, don't even think about using the C word, because more than likely, you will not do anything that you say you cannot do. Remember that. Let me tell you a story about a lady named Rahmel Wimberly, my mother. She was the most determined person I ever met. When I was younger, my mama would not let me say the word can't in the house. It was worse than using profanity to her. Now that I think of it, she let me slide a couple times whenever I made a mistake and used the S word or the F word, but she never let me say the C word. Now, this was just her pet peeve that she had, but it literally shaped me into the man that I am today. If my mother gave me orders to do something, and all I could come up with was, "I can't," she'd say, "Cain is dead." If you even looked like you were about to say the C word, you'd get checked by my mother. I thought it was cruel and unusual punishment then, but it turned out to be one of the best lessons in life I've learned thus far. Seek and ye shall find. So if you look for a solution, have an open mind about finding a solution, you'll eventually find it. Now, if you look for there not to be a solution, you will never find it. If you tell yourself you cannot, then you will not, by default. See, my mama was a soldier because of her willpower. Her name was Willie Mae, so Will was her given birth name. She was destined to have strong will at birth. They say it's important what you name your child. So later on in life, she ended up having to go through more pain than the average human being could take. It was a crazy time in her life, but she kept her faith. My stepdad, who helped us leave Brooklyn, had just passed away. The next door neighbor got into a dispute with my mom over her land. She literally wanted to take a third of my mother's land away. And then my mom was diagnosed with cervical cancer. Everything hit her at once, but she had to deal with the cancer immediately. So she had to go to the doctors. And she was afraid of the chemo, so she chose radiation, which ended up literally destroying her insides. So just to get rid of the cancer, they damn near got rid of my mother, but she held on. Now, she had to wear an embarrassing colostomy bag. She actually looked more sick after the radiation, and she was in agonizing pain every single day. The doctors actually gave my mother 6 months to live. Well, guess what? She lived almost 6 years after they told her that. In fact, she didn't even die until she was ready to give up. She was a fighter, and she didn't believe in the word can't. At the end of the day, get that word out of your head altogether. The rent is due. I can't get a job. I can't go to school. I can't. Anything that has to do with bettering yourself, the last thing you should think about saying is I can't. If you love to use that C word, I can almost guarantee you that your quality of life is not where you want it to be. You know why? The worst version of ourselves loves the C word, and the best version of ourselves looks at that word disdainfully. So if you want to be somebody, don't even think about the word can't.